Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about college, specifically college for commuter students. I am graduating college this year and I commuted all 4 years, surprisingly enough. I did not think I was going to make it. So here are just some little tips to ensure that you graduate, ensure that you can actually do this because, it was a rough ride. But this video is to ensure that this goes a lot smoother for some of you guys, especially first generation students, because I'm a first generation student. I had no clue what was happening half the time, but I got through it and that's what matters, okay? So I have notes here. So if you see me looking down, I have notes. Actually, before I start with anything, I just want to clarify that this comes from my own experience. Everyone's experience is going to be different. Just trying my best to help the people out there from what I know. So just disclaimer out there. Another disclaimer, I don't have a car. I'm very sorry. If you were looking for car advice, I don't know anything about cars. My first tip as a commuter is to find at least one person on campus that's going to be there for you no matter what. It just has to be one person. It doesn't have to be a group of people. If you're not social like that, I wasn't social like that. My advice is to show up the first day orientation. Don't skip orientation for any reason at all. Do not skip orientation. Please do not skip orientation. I almost skipped orientation. I would have missed everything. Do not skip orientation. When you are at orientation, find one person at least who seems friendly enough, okay? Approach them, be nice, be friendly, make them your friend, please, because you're gonna need a friend. No matter how much you think I'm gonna do this on my own, you're gonna need a friend. Take it from someone who doesn't make friends easily. You're gonna need a friend, okay? At least one. And every single one of your classes, first of all, first day, lectures, be early. Maybe not much earlier. Don't sit in the lecture hall 30 minutes before the lecture. Maybe 5 minutes, whatever. And identify a seat that you would like. And find one person that you think is friendly enough for them to be your friend in that one class. Even if it's only that one class, you're gonna need that friend. Because as a commuter, so much stuff can happen outside of campus. Your car could break down. And you're gonna need that friend in that class to be there for you when you need notes, when you need updates, just anything in general. You're gonna need a friend in almost every single class. If you don't have one, it's fine, but you could potentially miss out on stuff when you can't be in actual lecture. Now, clubs, extracurriculars, stuff like that. For commuters, most of the time there's certain times that we have to leave just to make it home. If you have a job, you need to be there by a certain time. So a lot of times it's almost impossible to do any sort of extracurriculars because from my experience, most of the stuff has been done at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and I'm I need to be home by 5, guys. We need something. So my only advice that I could have for that is show up if your college has any sort of fair where all the clubs are there, and just go to the clubs that you think you would be interested in and ask, hey, regularly, what time are your meetings? I'm a commuter, but I want to join and I have to leave campus by this exact time, whatever. And they can tell you, we usually meet at this time. Just have conversation and see if you can and do have time for those clubs that you're interested in. But I would say no matter what, try to join at least one extracurricular on campus. Please find things to do on campus. Do something on campus. Even if you start your own club at the times you need it, do it. Just do something on campus, get to know people. It's important. It's vital to college life, to interact with others. It's essential. This in general is for everybody. You don't have to be a commuter, but for textbooks, a lot of textbooks, especially in like more like STEM classes, I'd say textbooks are expensive. First of all, if you have like a code textbook that you have to use for the classes, I absolutely hated those classes. But I cannot help you with that. I I paid way too much money for all those classes, so I just started avoiding them. Unless you can get like an inexpensive code from like someone who maybe dropped the class, or like someone who bought the physical textbook. The physical textbook comes with a code, but they don't need the code and they can give it to you for like a cheaper price. That would be really cool. But other than that, I don't know. I started avoiding those classes as soon as the first one hit. I was like, I'm not spending almost $200 for another one of these. I'm very sorry, but if that's not the case, and if your professors allow you to have like a device, like say a tablet, or like a Kindle reader, in your classes, you could possibly try to find online versions because they are much cheaper than actual physical book. But if you are a person that needs and has to have physical books to learn, which is like, I'm somewhat on that vein where I have to have it like in front of me. I have to print stuff if I have it online. Always, always, always check with the library first. Not just like your campus library, although that's a really good resource, but a lot of times college students get like free library cards for like the library in town or city, wherever your campus is located. And you can just go in and be like, I'm a college student, here's my ID, can I please get a library card? See if your textbook is out there. See if it's in the library in town, or see if it's on a campus before you go out and buy anything. Never buy anything from the campus bookstore. Never. It's super overpriced, like to insane levels. It's overpriced. So if you can avoid it, just avoid it. Just don't do it. You can there's a lot of places to find like free textbooks online, so you can go out there and look for them if you need them. I'm just saying, like, for textbooks, check everything and anything that could possibly be out there. If you have to buy the book used, if you have to go to like thrift shops in the area, because a lot of students who are moving out don't want to like carry textbooks back home, so they might just donate them to thrift shops in town. So you could go and see if they're there. Tango books, there's Abe books, there's a lot of places where you can buy stuff cheaper than they would at the college bookstore. Just don't buy it at the bookstore. That's my only advice. Don't buy it at the bookstore. Whatever you do, just go for the cheapest option, because at the end of the day, sometimes these textbooks don't even end up getting used. Which brings me to my second point. Make sure you need all your textbooks before you go out and buy them. So once you have your syllabus most likely has like a list of textbooks, right? Don't buy all the textbooks that are on that syllabus just yet. Like, wait for them to come up on a syllabus. Sometimes professors will put like, oh, this week we'll be reading this book. Wait until that time is near to see if you actually need the textbook. Because I know I took an English class this semester where we had like 7 books to buy, and we only ended up reading like from 2 of them. Kind of annoying, I think, when you're like, oh, I have to buy this really expensive textbook, and then the semester ends and you never use that textbook, so you don't have anything to do with it, because if you sell it, they're not going to give you the same price as you spent for it. So just wait till like a few weeks before you need the actual textbook. See if you're actually going to need it, and if not, there's no need to buy it unless you want to read it on your own. Advising. Everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone just in college has an advisor. So like for faculty who is assigned to you to make sure you get all your requirements. I cannot stress this enough. Do not rely on this person for everything. Do not put your life and your degree in the hands of this person, because at the end of the day, this person has their own life. They have most likely their own projects to get through. They have literally a life outside of campus, and they have other advisees that they need to help. So the first thing you need to do as soon as you decide your major is you're gonna go on the website, the college website, wherever college you go to. I'm probably gonna like screen record something and like put it up here, but like whatever college you go to, go through that website, look up your major, click on the requirements, and I'm gonna need you to print those requirements, okay? I'm gonna need you to print it and have a physical copy of it wherever you need to. Like if you need to put it like at the front of your notebook, you know, like, or if you need to like put it like on your planner, whatever, just like have that physical copy with you always. Every semester, at the beginning and end of every semester, you should do a little thing. Let me show you one of mine. So I made one real quick. I don't have one. I can't find one. I'm struggling because I already put everything away because I'm graduating. But I made one kind of last minute, like similar to what I would make. So let me just put it here for a few seconds. Basically, let's say like a degree or whatever degree you're getting is total 31 credits, right? So let's say this person, this one I just made up, has already earned 20 of those 31 credits. In this spring semester, you're taking 4 total credits. So here are just like some random classes. I just chose random ones. So this is what they would be taking at the end of the semester. They would have 24 credits because of the 20 earned and the 4 they would be taking. And down here, you can see that they would have 7 credits left to be able to finish their degree. Do this every time, and also plan what classes you're gonna take before and after. A few days before registration, go into your course catalog at the college and see, okay, let's say for this classics minor that you're trying to get or something, you're required to do 4 credits, which is, that's not what you'd actually do. You'd probably do more, but like just an example. And you'd go into requirements, and let's say for the classics minor, your requirements are taking element 2 classes of Latin or 2 classes of Greek. You make sure you get those, you know, and then like you go through your electives just to make sure you have everything and make sure you have it planned out. Every beginning and end of semester, make sure that you know what you have to do to get the degree that you want and go through with it. Do not rely on an advisor to do this for you because they have their own lives. And from my experience, I've had really good advisors, but like half the time they don't like know what requirements are met with what classes. So you have to go out there and do that work for yourself to be able to make sure you get this degree that you want. Don't rely on that person because that person is busy too. All right? Do this shit for yourself, or you could end up falling back a semester or 2 because your advisor just wasn't informed about something, you know? Emails is a really important thing that like I still see, like as a senior in college, I see like my fellow seniors writing emails like with like the back of their hand, like they like slap something on there. Like I see professors do it too, but like I can't call them out too much on it because they're like professors. But like I've seen students who will straight up just write like no subject line, no nothing, just be like, hey, is there class today? Sent from my iPhone. Like, and then they'll send it to the whole class, like not just the professor, like the whole class. So tutorial on how to write an email, and I'm not gonna do this on paper because that didn't go too well. So I'm probably gonna do it like on my laptop and screen record it and put it in this video. Make sure you have subject line. Please, 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 I'm begging people to start adding subject lines to their emails because I need to know if I want to open your email right now. Like if you want me to like answer a quick question, like okay, I'll open it and I'll answer it. But if you want me to fill out like extensive paperwork, I'm like, oh, I can put that off till tomorrow. You know, like just make sure the person that you're receiving the email knows what you're talking about. So say for example, if you want to meet with your advisor, subject line could be something like advising request, meeting request, just like anything that tells me like that you want to do something. Like it's, as long as you tell me, hey, we're meeting, I'm like, oh shit, I have to reply to this. soon, just in case they want to meet like tomorrow or something, you know, like it's easy to just put it in the subject line, like inquiry, question, you know, anything, like assignment. If you're doing an assignment, just be like assignment for, and then enter your class title, you know, like easy stuff like that. But always make sure you have a subject line. Next, greeting. Have a greeting, even if it's just hello, good morning. Some professors are really picky about how you address them. Some of them are really chill, you know, like you can just call them by their first name. But some of them are like, you have to call me doctor. So always know if they're a doctor. First of all, if they're a doctor, make sure to be like, hello, Dr. Brown. Good morning, Dr. Brown. I was hoping to ask about question mark, you know, like, so if they're not a doctor, or if you're not sure if they're a doctor, but they're your professor, you can just call them professor. Like, good morning, Professor Brown. You know, whatever. With emails, please use proper grammar. Please spell things right. Just like, you know, just to show like that you actually put effort into this email. I think most email stuff has like a grammar checker and like a spell checker now. So like it's not really that hard to just accept the suggestion. Like it's not that hard really. Make sure to have a sign off line. If it's just regards, kindest regards, warm regards, thank you, thanks, you know, that in your name. You know, if you have any like special like extracurricular stuff, like if you're president of a club, if you're like in a sorority, you know, you can list them out under your name if you want to. Food. More often than not, as a college student, you're gonna find yourself really hungry at the weirdest times. My advice that I could have followed, probably should have, is to just bring some food from home. If you have a meal plan, make sure you know everything about that meal plan. Make sure you know how much money it is, how many meals it can get you. Can it get you food from other places that isn't like the main cafeteria? Me personally, I relied a lot on the school's food pantry. And I encourage everyone to find out if their school has a food pantry and they give out more than food. So food pantry, you go there, you get food. It's free because it's for the students. If your school has one, make sure you know where it is, like what times it can be accessed, if you have a limit on how many times you can access it. Ours didn't. So at our food pantry, it's been changed a little bit since like I first started using it. But like when I first started using it, they had things like not just food, they had, you know, like hygiene products, they had like clothes, they had shoes, they had like winter coats, you know, stuff like that, just like sanitary napkins, toothbrushes. It was mostly just like stuff, essentials you may need. I think a really important piece of advice is to not skip class if you can prevent it. Like if you're not sick, and if you don't have anything holding you back from going to class, just go to class. That hurts you more than you think, honestly. Like it can affect your grade. A lot of professors have like a cap on how many days you can miss before your grade gets affected. Please go to class. I cannot stress enough. Go to class, please. As for carrying textbooks and knowing where you're gonna have your textbooks, the very first day orientation, find out if there's a commuter lounge or like a place specifically for commuters, and find out if there's a place for you to leave your stuff. So like my school had a commuter lounge, and the place had lockers, and you had to bring in your own lock, but whatever. I would just leave my textbooks in there, you know, my own lock, whatever. If I didn't need them, I would just leave them and go home. If you have a car, you could probably just leave it in your car. If your school has a commuter lounge and they have lockers, use them. Just put your stuff in there, like maybe even like a coat, just in case it rains one day, you know? As for what to bring to school, I'd say charger for your phone, for your laptop, for your tablet. Like this could seem like a lot and it could be really bulky, especially like the laptop charger, but it's better to be safe than sorry, especially with like if all your stuff, your textbooks are on your tablet. You gotta make sure to have the charger for that tablet just in case your tablet dies or something. Toothbrush. I think this is common sense mostly, but like if you're gonna eat on campus, like, or if you're gonna drink coffee or whatever, and if you're gonna spend a long time afterwards, just take your toothbrush, brush your teeth there. If you wear makeup, bring, like, it doesn't have to be like all of your makeup, like a huge makeup bag, just like little essentials, chapstick, your lipstick that you wore for the day so you can touch up, you know, just like stuff like that. Cash or your card, something that has like money in it, just like in case, like sometimes like campus will have like cute little stuff that it requires you to donate, so you can like, oh, I don't have anything on me, and they're like, even if it's like a few dollars, to like maybe use like the vending machine or something like that, whatever, just bring a few bucks, you know, you never know where you're gonna need it. I feel like as a senior, like I regret not being on campus as much. Enjoy, you know, make friends, go to parties if you can, if you have time. Make sure to learn, talk to someone. More often than not, campuses have like mental health professionals in case you need them. Yeah, just enjoy, make friends. This is college. I've been told these are supposed to be the best years of my life. I don't think they were. Get really acquainted with professors, like if you can, like if you've taken like 2 classes with one professor, like go into the office hours, you know. I don't know about people with like in like bigger colleges. I went to a really small college, but like I was able to get acquainted with some of my professors because I had a lot of classes with them. Be kind to like cafeteria workers, janitors. But yeah, enjoy, have fun, especially like if you're like a freshman. This is probably a really exciting time for you guys, you know. I remember I was really excited when I was a freshman. I thought I was gonna go to all the parties and everything. Just don't stress too much about partying or dating or stuff. Don't get really involved in like weird drama or anything, because at the end of the day, you're gonna graduate and you're probably not gonna see a lot of these people ever again. Get really well acquainted with campus, like orientation day, like the very first day. Make sure you know everything about campus, especially if you're a first gen student and like your parents don't really want to participate in like college stuff. I know a lot of people who aren't first gens, like their parents are usually really involved with campus and college stuff, and like they show up to everything that parents can show up to, honestly, and more. And me personally, my parents aren't like that. I was told my very first freshman year, like one of my advisors was like, it's especially hard for first gens because the people who aren't first gens, they get all the opportunities and they know everything, but first gens don't. And I was like, that can't be true. And now that I'm a senior, I'm like, I missed out on so many benefits and opportunities in college simply because I didn't know, like I didn't know that my parents could show up to certain events. I didn't know there's this resource here, you know. I didn't know that I could go to the student health center until my sophomore year. I didn't find out where half the buildings were until sophomore year. I didn't know where the registrar's office was. I just hope some of these tips help. If you need any more tips, just maybe leave them in the comments. I don't know if anyone's gonna actually watch this video. I hope someone does, that it could help someone. I hope this was a little bit helpful at least. If you have any more like ideas or like stuff that you want me to talk about, like I'll try to make a video or something. If you found this video helpful, give it a like please. But thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.